I'm Nancy Willey, the baseline lady. Back in the early 1800s, the United States was becoming a world power, and President Pierce ordered that a road be constructed, or roads, and they were known as the baseline, to measure our coast more accurately. Now, there were 6 of them. There's only one remaining, and that's ours. The reason was they wanted our coastal harbors and so forth to be measured more accurately, not only for protection, but also for our shipping. The western end and at the eastern end, there were 2 Kiara marble stones placed. And this is where the eastern monument was. Because it was so soft, of course, people have chipped it away. So the western one, what was left of the western monument, is now up in Augusta at the Maine State Museum. They would put a stone marker every rod, and for the first quarter of a mile. And we've only been able to find 2. The eastern end and the western end, there were towers that were big wooden towers that were built. There is a little indentation in the bluff here where one of the legs of those towers, see that wooden tower, was here. This is the baseline, okay? And on these various mountains were placed these towers. The whole world was going to go metric. And so our superintendent wanted all of us to take a metrics course, which we did. Our final paper would be some sort of activity using metrics. We were going to measure the baseline road metrically. I envisioned measuring it with a meter stick, but one of the kids said, "Why don't we measure it with a lobster warp?" But it's a 50-foot rope, quite a large rope, that they use in the lobster industry. Take the lobster and stretch it out. And we measured that, the whole length of the baseline road, 5.4 miles. And we'd get off the bus and we would walk, of course, and our first stop was Frog Rock. And then there were certain spots along the way that we would stop. And I like to say we would stop and eat, and then we'd go another mile and stop and eat. Came down out from Hudson Bay to sweep all down through. It took thousands of years. It took our topsoil down to New Jersey. They've never brought it back either. And they're called the Garden State. See? But it left us with these blueberries. So you see, I guess it was a good trade-off. You know? We get out and I say, we're going to sing America the Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies and so, and for amber waves of grain and purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. Blueberries. Sit there. Look out through here. Just look at that expanse. And I'd say, and let the rest of the world go by.